In the grandiose and sprawling assembly hall of the Galactic Council, delegates from hundreds of star systems converged. The space was a marvel of interstellar architecture, featuring a dome that displayed the swirling cosmos above and seats arranged in a tiered fashion to accommodate the diverse forms of its members. Here, beings of light communicated with entities encased in mechanical suits, while delegates composed of living stone conversed in vibrations with gaseous clouds that shimmered with internal lightning. The human delegation entered the chamber with a quiet confidence, led by Captain Lisa Morrow. Morrow was a seasoned diplomat with a military background, chosen for her poise and deep knowledge of both human and alien diplomacy. She was accompanied by Dr. Samuel Turner, a leading expert in extraterrestrial technologies, and Lieutenant Grace Kim, a tactical advisor. As they made their way to their designated area, murmurs filled the chamber, not of respect, but of barely concealed amusement. The agenda for today included a rather controversial petition. The humans, these newcomers barely a century into space exploration, were seeking permission to arm their envoys and diplomats with their primitive projectile weapons. When it was her turn to speak, Captain Morrow stepped forward with a simple human firearm in hand, a relic in the eyes of the advanced civilizations present. Her voice echoed through the translator devices as she presented her case. "Ladies, gentlemen, and esteemed beings of the Galactic Council," she began, her tone respectful yet firm, "humanity, while new to the interstellar stage, has always placed a high value on the protection and safety of its people. We seek permission not to provoke or to threaten, but to ensure that our envoys can serve with the security that enables diplomacy." Laughter and various equivalent sounds of skepticism echoed around the hall. A delegate from the Thrix planet, a towering insectoid race with exoskeletons that could deflect laser fire, clicked its mandibles audibly. "You wish to bring those antiquities into space? Are you preparing for a historical exhibition, or do you seriously expect those to provide security?" Despite the condescension, Morrow remained undeterred. "While our technology may not match the advancements that many of you have achieved, we believe in its effectiveness. Our weapons are precise, reliable, and most importantly, they are sufficient for our needs." A crystalline being from the Viridian system, capable of refracting light to create blinding defenses, shimmered in a spectrum of colors that translated to amusement. "Let them have their toys. Such primitive tools could serve as no threat to any of us here." After hours of debate, deliberation, and no small amount of patronizing concessions, the council finally granted permission, largely out of a sense of amusement rather than any belief in the effectiveness of the human arsenal. They considered the human plea too trivial to waste further time on. Little did they know this decision would soon reshape their understanding of humanity and its place in the cosmos. As the human delegation exited the chamber, the echoes of alien laughter followed them. Morrow exchanged looks with her team. Each one carried a mix of determination and the burden of proving themselves. They would prepare, not just to defend human dignity, but to showcase the underestimated capabilities of Earth's technology. General Marcus Chen stood in the command center of Earth's interstellar fleet, a facility buried deep within the Cheyenne Mountain complex, revamped from its days as a Cold War relic into the nerve center of humanity's space defense forces. The walls, lined with monitors displaying star maps and live feeds from various outposts, buzzed with activity as officers and technicians prepared for what many viewed as an inevitable confrontation. The general, a veteran of terrestrial conflicts now turned space strategist, was overseeing the retrofitting of old warships with the latest human innovations. The laughter from the Galactic Council still rang in his ears, transmitted to him by his team. It fueled his determination not to just prove them wrong, but to outmaneuver them technologically. Around him, engineers and scientists hustled, installing railgun systems that utilized electromagnetic forces to launch projectiles at velocities approaching a significant fraction of the speed of light. These weapons, though based on seemingly outdated concepts of ballistics, had been enhanced with precision targeting systems and ammunition capable of penetrating the advanced shielding used by alien crafts. Dr. Emily Santos, the lead engineer, approached General Chen with an update. "General, the latest test results are in. The railgun modifications have exceeded our expectations. The tungsten projectiles can now achieve velocities that will allow them to pierce through any known shielding technology within the Galactic Council's arsenal." Chen nodded, his expression unreadable. "Good. What about the energy consumption? We can't afford to drain our ship's power with a couple of shots. We've integrated a new compact fusion reactor prototype to power the railguns. It's stable and, more importantly, it's efficient, Dr. Santos replied with a hint of pride in her voice. As they spoke, a tactical advisor, Colonel Jack Harper, joined them. General, there's been a development. A Xalian faction has broken the ceasefire. They're moving toward Titan, likely targeting our mining operations there. Chen's eyes narrowed. Titan was a crucial outpost, rich in resources vital to Earth's expansion and technological development. Prepare the fleet. It's time to show the Council what these antiquities can do. The next few hours were a flurry of activity. Ships were loaded with the newly outfitted weapons, crews briefed on the enhanced combat tactics, and all while keeping a vigilant eye on the advancing Xalian ships. Far from Earth, the sleek, energy-shielded vessels of the rogue Xilians approached Titan, confident in their technological superiority. They expected little resistance from the human colony, unaware of the surprise awaiting them. In orbit around Titan, the flagship of Earth's fleet, the USS Armstrong stood ready. Its captain, Laura Gibson, a protege of General Chen, was about to face her first real test in space combat. As the Xilian ships entered range, Captain Gibson gave the order. Fire! With a series of thunderous roars muffled by the vacuum of space, the railguns unleashed their fury. The first projectiles hit their targets with unerring accuracy, penetrating shields that had never before been breached by such primitive technology. The Xilian ships faltered, their advance stymied by a foe they had not deemed worthy of concern. Back on Earth, General Chen watched the battle unfold, a slight smile breaking his usually stoic demeanor. The Galactic Council had laughed at human guns, but they weren't laughing now. The test of fire had begun, and humanity was ready to prove its mettle. The initial shock of the human counterattack rippled through the ranks of the Xilian attackers. Their advanced ships, designed for elegance and energy efficiency, found themselves vulnerable to the sheer physical brutality of human projectile weapons. As hull breaches were reported and vital systems failed, the Xilian command struggled to regroup under the unexpected onslaught. On Titan, the human mining colony braced for ground assault. Miners and engineers, trained for emergencies but hardly soldiers, armed themselves with whatever they could. Automated defense turrets, some jury-rigged with the same railgun technology, were positioned to protect the colony's perimeter. Above, the space battle intensified. Captain Laura Gibson maneuvered the USS Armstrong with a mix of tactical finesse and daring, exploiting the Xilians' confusion. She directed her gunners to focus on disabling the enemy ships rather than outright destruction, aiming to capture rather than kill. Lieutenant Ramirez, target their engines, disable their ships one by one. Let's show them we can outfight and outthink them, Gibson commanded, her voice calm but firm over the comm system. Lieutenant Sylvia Ramirez, the ship's weapons officer, acknowledged the order with a determined nod, adjusting the railgun's targeting systems to maximize damage to the Xilian propulsion systems. Each hit reduced the alien ships to drifting hulks, unable to maintain their formation or retreat. Back on Earth, General Chen monitored the engagement, his attention divided between the tactical display and the incoming reports from his advisors. The success of their first real combat test against alien technology was within grasp, and it would send a message far beyond the rogue Xilian faction. The Council will have a hard time laughing now, remarked Colonel Harper, watching the battle unfold. Looks like old tech isn't so obsolete after all. Chen didn't respond, his focus already shifting to the broader implications. Victory here was just the first step in redefining humanity's place in the galactic hierarchy. Meanwhile, on Titan, the ground forces prepared for the worst. Commander Helen Zhao, the colony's security chief, coordinated her limited forces, setting up defenses around key infrastructure. Despite the dire situation, her troops were buoyed by the news of the space battle. Keep your heads down and hold your positions. Help is holding them off upstairs, she reassured her team over the colony's communication network. As the Xilian ships faltered in orbit, their ground troops hesitated, their morale shaken by the sudden turn of events. The planned coordinated attack on the human colony dissolved into disarray, with some units retreating to their disabled ships, seeking escape from the unexpected ferocity of the human response. In the Galactic Council's chambers, emergency sessions were called as news of the conflict reached the far corners of the galaxy. Representatives of various civilizations watched in disbelief as humans, Their newest and seemingly most technologically backward members held their ground against a superior force. The aftermath of the battle over Titan was a turning point for human relations in the Galactic Council. The victory was not just a military success, but a stark revelation to the galaxy at large. The images of zillion ships, incapacitated by what were considered primitive human weapons, spread across news networks and data streams of countless planetary systems. Humanity's stock in the interstellar community rose overnight, from underdogs to a force to be reckoned with. General Marcus Chen back on Earth capitalized on this unexpected leverage. He initiated a series of diplomatic maneuvers, reaching out to various alien races that had previously ignored or downplayed human advances. "It's time we renegotiate our standing and treaties," he stated in a high-level meeting with Earth's newly formed Interstellar Relations Board. Meanwhile, on Earth and other human colonies, factories and shipyards worked overtime. The successful use of railguns sparked a surge in military innovation. Engineers and scientists, inspired by the victory, developed further enhancements and new weapon systems, integrating some of the alien technologies salvaged from the disabled Zillion ships. Captain Lisa Morrow, now recognized as a hero across human territories, was assigned as an envoy to several key planets. Her mission was to foster alliances and demonstrate that humanity was not only a viable military partner, but also a valuable contributor to technology and trade within the galaxy. During her travels, Lisa encountered various reactions, from wary respect to enthusiastic interest. In the halls of the Zorvath Consortium, a civilization known for its technological prowess, she presented human advancements. "We seek partnership, not just for our benefit, but for the mutual advancement of our technologies and security," Lisa explained to the assembly, her confidence bolstered by the undeniable proof of human capabilities. Back in the Galactic Council, discussions about Earth and its place in the cosmic order had shifted dramatically. Where once humans were barely given notice, now sessions were held to debate potential collaborations. Some members proposed inviting humans to high-level defense summits, previously unthinkable. The Zaltrax Alliance, once dismissive of human overtures, approached General Chen with a proposal. They faced a growing threat from the Gorvax swarms, nomadic, aggressive creatures that had begun to encroach on Zaltrax space. The Alliance had observed the effectiveness of human weaponry against the Zillions, and now sought a joint military initiative. "General, your weapons have proven their worth against the Zillions," Ambassador Threx of the Zaltrax said during a secure communication session. "We believe a combined force could halt the Gorvax threat effectively." Chen, understanding the strategic importance of such an alliance, agreed. "Let's pool our resources. Your technology and our tactics could set a precedent for future collaborations." As preparations for the joint venture began, human engineers and Zaltrax technologists worked together, integrating their weapon systems and strategizing over simulations and war games. The Earth-Zaltrax coalition would not only be a military partnership, but also a testbed for integrating human ingenuity with alien technologies. As the threat of the Gorvax swarms grew imminent, the newly formed Earth-Zaltrax alliance moved into high gear. The Gorvax, notorious for their relentless assaults and rapid reproduction, posed a serious threat to the stability of several star systems, including those under Zaltrax control. The alliance, therefore, wasn't just strategic, it was essential for survival. General Marcus Chen and Ambassador Threx coordinated closely, blending the military assets and strategic philosophies of their respective civilizations. The human fleet, equipped with the enhanced railguns and other projectile-based weaponry, was complemented by Zaltrax ships, which boasted advanced energy shields and high-capacity energy blasters. On a newly established joint command ship, Captain Lisa Morrow worked with her Zaltrax counterpart, Commander Virox, to hammer out the operational details. Their task was formidable: integrate human and Zaltrax tactics into a cohesive battle plan capable of confronting the Gorvax menace. The process was fraught with challenges, from language barriers to fundamental differences in combat doctrine, but the urgency of the threat forced rapid adaptation and mutual respect. Human strategies are direct and aggressive, while Zaltrax prefer a more calculated approach, Lisa observed during one of the strategy sessions. "If we can synthesize these approaches, we can outmaneuver the Gorvax." Commander Virox, a seasoned tactician, nodded in agreement. "Your kinetic weapons can break through their defenses, and our energy weapons can finish them off. It's an unconventional pairing, but it might just work." As the Alliance solidified its strategies back on Earth and Zaltrax Prime, public sentiment was mixed. Many humans and Zaltrax viewed the Alliance with skepticism, concerned about the implications of sharing sensitive technology and military secrets. However, the clear and present danger posed by the Gorvax swarms made the partnership a necessity, gradually winning over the doubters. Training exercises commenced, with joint crews working around the clock. Human and Zaltrax soldiers trained together, learning to operate each other's equipment and fight as a single unit. These exercises not only improved readiness, but also fostered a budding sense of camaraderie among the troops. Meanwhile, in the darker corners of the galaxy, the Gorvax continued their advance, unaware of the formidable force assembling against them. Their swarms engulfed small outposts and minor systems, their hunger for conquest apparent in their relentless expansion. As the pivotal battle approached, strategic outposts were fortified, and long-range scouts monitored every move of the Gorvax swarms. The Earth-Zaltrax coalition not only prepared for a defensive battle, but also planned a decisive strike that could potentially turn back the tide of the Gorvax threat once and for all. Finally, the day came when the Gorvax swarm was spotted heading towards a critical junction in Zaltrax space, a location crucial for both strategic positioning and resources. The joint fleet, now ready and waiting, moved into position. Captains Morrow and Virox stood side by side on the bridge of the lead command ship, a symbol of their united front. Today, we fight not just for our homes, but for the future of our alliance, Captain Morrow addressed the crew, her voice steady and inspiring. Let's show the galaxy that when humanity and Zaltrax stand together, no force can break us. The vast void of space near the critical Zaltrax junction served as the stage for what would be a defining battle in galactic history. As the Gorvax swarms advanced, a seemingly endless tide of bioengineered warships, the combined human-Zaltrax fleet lay in wait, their ships arranged in a formidable battle formation designed by Captain Morrow and Commander Virox. The Gorvax, known for their relentless and straightforward assault patterns, surged forward, unaware of the sophisticated trap laid out by the Alliance. Their first wave targeted the apparent weaknesses in the fleet's formation, but this vulnerability was an illusion, a tactical feint crafted to draw them into the effective range of the human railguns. "Fire at will," Captain Morrow commanded, her voice resonant through the fleet's communication system. As she gave the order, the human ships unleashed a barrage of railgun projectiles, the velocity and ferocity of which tore through the Gorvax shields like paper. The initial shock of the human attack caused disarray in the Gorvax ranks, their ships reeling from impacts they had not anticipated. Simultaneously, Commander Virox coordinated the Zaltrax ships to capitalize on the chaos. The Zaltrax energy weapons, precise and powerful, targeted key Gorvax vessels, further disrupting their formations. The tactical synergy of kinetic brute force and high-energy precision strikes proved devastatingly effective. The Gorvax, though numerous and ferocious, were not adept at adapting to such unexpectedly complex tactics. Their swarm intelligence, usually an advantage in overwhelming less organized foes, struggled to counter the coordinated maneuvers of the Allied fleet. As the battle progressed, the Gorvax were forced into a defensive posture, a rarity for a species known for its relentless aggression. The human-Zaltrax alliance pushed this advantage, with Morrow and Virox ordering a series of coordinated strikes designed to break the back of the Gorvax force. On the command ship, the mood shifted from tense anticipation to cautious optimism as reports came in of Gorvax ships retreating or being neutralized. "Keep the pressure up," Morrow advised, monitoring the battle's progress. "We've got them on the run, but we can't let up now." The Alliance forces continued their assault, now pushing into what had been Gorvax-controlled space. As they cleared the Gorvax from the junction, they laid the groundwork for a permanent outpost, intending to secure the area and prevent any future incursions. In the aftermath of the battle, the debris of Gorvax ships floated in space, a grim reminder of the conflict's intensity. However, the success of the human-Zaltrax coalition was a beacon of hope and a testament to their combined strength and strategic acumen. With the threat repelled and the junction secured, Captain Morrow and Commander Virox met on the deck of the command ship, overlooking the now peaceful space scene. "We've done more than win a battle today," Virox remarked, his tone reflective. "We've started something new, something better for both our peoples." Morrow nodded in agreement. Today was about survival, but tomorrow is about how we build on this. Our alliance can be a model for the galaxy, a demonstration of what different species can achieve when we work together. In the grand chambers of the Galactic Council, a remarkable shift was unfolding. The chambers buzzed with energy and whispering delegates from various star systems, all reacting to the recent reports of the Earth-Zaltrax Alliance's victory over the Gorvax swarms. The once skeptical members of the Council now viewed humanity and their Zaltrax partners through a new lens of respect and interest. The next session of the Council was called to order by the presiding officer, a dignified figure from the advanced Nali civilization. We gather today in light of recent events that have reshaped our understanding of cooperation and military capability within our galaxy, he announced, his voice echoing throughout the chamber. Let us welcome Captain Lisa Morrow and General Marcus Chen of Earth, alongside Commander Virox from the Zaltrax Alliance. As they stepped forward, the atmosphere was palpable with a mix of curiosity and newfound respect. This was a stark contrast to the earlier derisions Earth's representatives had faced. Now they stood before the Council not just as survivors, but as victors and pioneers of a successful interspecies military strategy. Captain Morrow addressed the assembly, her voice clear and composed. Honored members, when we last stood before you, our capabilities and intentions were in question. Today, we demonstrate not only our ability to defend ourselves, but also to forge alliances that strengthen our collective security. Commander Virox added, our success against the Gorvax was achieved not by Zaltrax or human might alone, but by our combined forces working in harmony. This alliance has taught us the power of unity and the strength that comes from embracing our differences. General Chen then took the floor, focusing on the strategic implications. The battlefield has always been a crucible for innovation. Our joint victory is a testament to this fact. We propose an expansion of our alliance to include other races interested in promoting peace and stability across the galaxy. The Council listened intently, many nodding in agreement, a few still skeptical but openly curious about the potential of integrating human technology and tactics with their own. Discussions followed, centering on proposals for joint military exercises, technology exchanges, and coordinated defenses against common threats. An influential delegate from the technologically advanced Serene Empire spoke up. We must consider the Earth-Zaltrax model as a blueprint for future coalitions. Let us not wait for threats to unite us. Rather, let us come together now to prevent them. The session concluded with the establishment of several new committees focused on integration strategies and defense planning, with Earth and Zaltrax representatives invited to lead some of these initiatives. The Galactic Council, once a place where human efforts were marginalized, was now a platform where Earth had a voice and influence. In the following months, the Earth-Zaltrax Alliance grew in prestige and power. Military and technological collaborations flourished, with human-designed railguns being adapted and improved with alien technologies, creating a new generation of weapon systems that were deployed across Allied territories. Back on Earth and Zaltrax Prime, public sentiment soared. The population celebrated not just a military victory, but the dawn of a new era in galactic cooperation. Schools, public forums, and media outlets buzzed with discussions about the implications of the alliance, fostering a widespread cultural exchange that brought the civilizations closer. Captain Morrow, once a military officer, now also a celebrated diplomat, visited various planets as a symbol of Earth's commitment to the alliance. Her travels were covered extensively, showcasing the diverse cultures and technologies within the Galactic Council and highlighting Earth's role within this broader community. The newfound respect and alliances gained from Earth's successful military collaborations led to an unprecedented boom in technological and cultural exchanges across the galaxy. Human colonies became bustling hubs of innovation and diplomacy, attracting beings from various star systems curious about humanity's rapid ascent in galactic standings. On Earth, the International Galactic Exchange Program, IGEP, was established, a massive initiative aimed at fostering interstellar cooperation and learning. Universities and research centers expanded their programs to include alien studies, xenobiology, and advanced engineering courses that integrated both human and alien technologies. General Marcus Chen, now a revered figure in military and civilian circles, took a leading role in these developments. He initiated the Defense Technology Symposium, an annual event that brought together the best minds from Earth and its allied planets. The symposium was a melting pot of ideas, where human ingenuity met alien sophistication, leading to breakthroughs in energy production, space travel, and defense systems. In one of the notable projects, human engineers and Zaltrax technologists co-developed the hybrid drive system. This new propulsion technology combined human fusion reactor designs with Zaltrax energy modulation techniques, resulting in a drive system that was more efficient and faster than anything previously seen in the galaxy. The first ship equipped with this system, the USS Harmony, became a symbol of human-Zaltrax collaboration. Meanwhile, Captain Lisa Morrow took on a new role as the head of the Earth's Extraterrestrial Relations Bureau. Under her leadership, Earth negotiated several key treaties that expanded human influence and ensured Earth's participation in the Galactic Council's Security Committee. These treaties not only secured Earth's borders but also established its territories as safe havens for trade and diplomatic meetings. As Earth's technological and military capabilities grew, so did its cultural influence. Human music, art, and cuisine began to find its way into alien cultures, often remixed in unique ways that reflected the diversity of the galaxy. Earth's sports like football and basketball were introduced to other worlds, adapted to various gravities and morphologies, becoming a galactic phenomenon that drew spectators from many different planets. The media dubbed this era the Age of Synthesis, a time when human creativity and resilience not only met the challenges of the galaxy but thrived by embracing and integrating the strengths of alien allies. Documentaries and films about human-alien cooperation became wildly popular, showcasing real and fictional stories of friendship and teamwork across species. Amidst this wave of prosperity and mutual respect, Earth remained vigilant. The memories of past conflicts served as a sober reminder of the galaxy's unpredictability. The Defense Technology Symposium regularly addressed these concerns, focusing on proactive measures and defense strategies to protect against any potential threats. The galaxy, while mostly peaceful, still harbored elements that viewed the rising human influence with envy and animosity. Years later, the galaxy was at peace, a testament to the successful integration and cooperation initiated by Earth and its allies. Captain Lisa Morrow, now Ambassador Morrow, was preparing for her retirement, reflecting on a career that had helped shape a new paradigm for interstellar relations. General Marcus Chen had already passed the torch, leaving behind a military and a strategic framework that were respected across star systems. On Earth, a grand celebration was planned to honor Ambassador Morrow's retirement. The event was to be held at the newly established Interstellar Cultural Center, a sprawling complex that served as a museum, diplomatic hub, and conference center. Delegates from various parts of the galaxy were invited, showcasing the diverse and rich relationships Earth had cultivated. As the preparations for the celebration continued, educational institutions across Earth and other human colonies offered courses that studied the historical impact of the Earth-Zaltrax alliance and the subsequent military and cultural developments. These courses examined how Earth's strategies and technologies influenced galactic politics and defense strategies, and how these alliances had reshaped social norms and economic systems throughout the galaxy. During the event, Ambassador Morrow took the stage, her presence commanding and gracious. When I first stood before the Galactic Council, I never imagined that our initial plea for respect would lead to this vibrant tapestry of cultures and ideas, she began, her voice tinged with emotion. We've come a long way from being the newcomers of the galaxy to becoming one of its pivotal leaders. In the audience, young cadets and diplomats from various species listened intently, inspired by Morrow's words. Among them was Captain Rajiv Singh, a young officer from the Earth Galactic Navy, who had grown up idolizing the likes of Morrow and Chen. He represented a new generation ready to take on the mantle of leadership, deeply aware of their legacy and the responsibilities it entailed. The ceremony included a holographic display, a visual timeline that illustrated key moments in Earth's interstellar journey, from the first dismissive laughter of the Galactic Council to the crucial battles and alliances that had defined human resolve. The display culminated in the present, a flourishing network of planets and species working together toward common goals. Following the celebration, a series of panels and discussions was held, involving experts from different fields, including defense, technology, and cultural studies. These discussions not only celebrated past achievements, but also addressed ongoing challenges and future opportunities. Topics such as emerging threats, the ethics of interspecies technologies, and the preservation of cultural identities in a rapidly integrating galaxy were fervently debated. As the event drew to a close, Ambassador Morrow met with Captain Singh and other young leaders. The galaxy is ever-changing, and it will present new challenges, she advised them. Remember, the strength of our alliances doesn't come from mere necessity, but from our continued commitment to understanding and respecting each other.